All right. Once again, we are back. We are back. We are back. Thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate you guys. It's a lovely, lovely Friday evening. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, and make sure you hit the notification bell on the bottom right hand side because we always go live Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. It's 3 o'clock p.m. here, but 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. So Ronnie, he's running a bit late. I think he's in New York right now. So hopefully later on he'll come back in the show. You know, once he be in the show, he'll jump back into it. But other than that, man, Hakeem, man, how you feeling, man? How you feeling?
I feel great, man. I feel great. I wouldn't want to be here nowhere else but here with my niggas.
I hear you, brother. I hear you, man. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great.
The,
You know, I was watching the NFL draft because it's in my hometown state, Michigan's in Detroit and everything. So I had my shirt on. I had my wife, she had her Lions shirt on. I had my daughter, she was representing her shirt on, my dog and everything. So
mhm.
it's good. Yeah, yesterday, good family time spent with each other, watching NFL draft and everything. But other than that, man, it's going good. What's good, Ken Dog? Ken Dog is in the
Ken Dog in the
building.
building.
We see you and we see you. But like I said, it's Freestyle Friday topics, so we might throw some curveballs here and there with the topics and everything. You know, like I said, feel free to chop it up with us. You know, on the chat that we appreciate you guys and y'all. But other than that, we're gonna get right into the topics. So let's go, let's get it. So the first topic of today, we're gonna talk about Amanda Seales. She was on Club Shay Shay back on Wednesday. You know, I had a 2.5 hour interview. I personally did watch the whole interview and everything, just kind of get the glimpse of, why, just look at at Amanda Seales, her side of it when she was getting interview questions and everything. They tell her why she gets, a lot of people don't like her, especially in the not saying the black community, but in the black Hollywood. She doesn't get no likes or get invites to anywhere because she did went on a rant, I believe, almost a month ago and tell how black Hollywood, they really don't appreciate her like that. They don't really necessarily open doors for her and everything, and she kind of feel blackballed in Hollywood and everything. But the one of the things we want to talk about, we kind of gonna break it down into two. The first one we're gonna talk about is Amanda Seal. Let me get right to it. The first topic she was kind of trending about. She was talking about how the black Hollywood is attacking her and everything, and she tell her part of the story of why black Hollywood really doesn't like her like that. We do have a clip for you guys. We're gonna play the first clip. We're gonna chop that one up. Go ahead, Hakeem. Ashton Wings in the building. We see you, Ashton. Salute.
Ashton.
Salute. Oh, the other one.
And it's happened before.
Huh? It's another one?
Yeah, it's another one, not that one. We're going to get to that one, too.
Mhm.
It's the one that says black publications. It's the one. Yep, that one. Yep.
Had to have hurt to have these black publications.
I had a nervous breakdown.
Talk to me.
It's just the willingness of folks to sell their souls for so little. I ain't met none of these people. I ain't done none of these people. I like to think that they were paid by APAC, because if you didn't get a check for this and you just did this just to do it, I'm just like, damn, that's unfortunate for you. You start to think to yourself, if this is what it's like for me to be myself, then maybe I shouldn't be here. And as somebody who has had a full-on nervous breakdown and been suicidal, it is not to be taken lightly when people attack character without legitimate reasons why, credibility, etc. And I was told that one of these publications, it was told to them, you know, this is the type of thing that can drive someone to take their own life. And they said, don't go there. This is not a game. But like, there's just something very wrong about these places feeling compelled to just speak about somebody with no facts. At least quote somebody I've worked with if you're going to say I'm difficult to work with. I mean, it's burning bridges in Hollywood. Baby, there ain't no bridges in Hollywood. This Hollywood is a shark-infested pool. The only bridge I built was to get me out of it so I would stop getting bit. So please, stop telling me about burning bridges and then they're in there talking about, oh, she's hubris. Do y'all even know what hubris means? Hubris is a mythological character from Greek mythology who was told by the gods, don't look in that pool. Don't look in that pool. And hubris said, man, I'm gonna look in the pool. He defied the gods. Mm-hmm. He looked in the pool and he saw his face. And he was so enamored by his face that he drowned in the pool. So hubris is not someone who is necessarily enamored by themselves. Hubris is the story of a person who defied God. Now you tell me in this whole interview, where have I showed you that I'm somebody who is defying God? I live by God.
Right.
Words matter. So to have all these people using these words that I love so much against me damn near killed me. Mm-hmm. Thank goodness I'm on Lexapro. Because had I not been on this antidepressant, I feel like I would have gone down a much darker hole. But I have a great psychiatrist and I have even better friends. So when you talk about people protecting you, baby, I am protected. I am so loved. And that's why it's so wild to see people saying I'm not likable. You are right. I am not likable. I am lovable. I am so loved. And it's like, I'm in a place right now where for the first time in my life, I feel like the love for myself and the love people have for me are at the same level. And I've never experienced that before. And it took a long time for me to learn that I even had the right to love myself. You know, people say these things like, oh, don't be full of yourself. You better be full of yourself. Mm-hmm. You better be full of yourself, because then what are you full of? You don't want to be hollow. And you also don't want to be full of everybody else's validation of you, because who are they? And baby, they will run away. When shit go low and they gone, you're empty. Mm-hmm. You better be full of yourself. And I have had to learn, as somebody who had a nervous breakdown and was brought to the bottom, and realized that all of my confidence was built on other people's thoughts of me.
Other people's validation.
Everything. And I had to build myself back up. And luckily I had a therapist who taught me to do that. And I had to build myself back up. And so I tell everybody now, like, no, please be full of yourself and love yourself. And, you know, particularly women, we're not told that we're allowed to name ourselves.
Right.
I am a genius. I'm a gifted performer. I am a gifted person. I am a creative genius. I'm generous. I am giving. I am kind. I'm funny. I'm delightful. Like, these are not things that I need to wait for somebody to say about me. I know these things about myself. Aren't we supposed to be God's children?
Yeah.
And that's not based in religion. That's just based in understanding. That's how I live. I as a spiritual person, I believe I am a child that was made of something other. I don't know what we were made of, but I know that I feel like I was made of something supernatural. And I have a responsibility in that to live at my best. And people don't want to let you grow. People don't want to let you evolve. People don't want to let you find better ways to exist. People are talking to me about from 2005, some interaction they had with me for 30 seconds in 2005. Now you tell me, are you judging people based on a 30-second interaction?
No.
Because why? You might say we had a bad 30-second interaction.
Right.
That's it. This is Black Voices and Brio and The Root, etc.
Right.
They were just running with this story because that's how journalism works now. It's just clicks. Mm-hmm. So in their minds, it seems like, well, if we put this story out, we're going to get the clicks. Mm-hmm. And then there are going to be follow-ups and we'll get clicks for that.
Right.
And then there's going to be follow-ups. So let's not tell the whole story now.
Right.
Let's string this along like a soap opera.
Yeah.
It's people's lives. Mm-hmm. So I was justified in that. This whole last month has been such a journey of self by fire, right? Like I was forced to have this journey of self by fire simply because I wanted to be embraced in spaces that I embrace. Like there's no scandal. People do nitpick. And it sucks because you start to believe the lies that people tell you about yourself. And then you start to turn into the person that they are accusing you of being. They want you to be somebody who doesn't give a they want you to be somebody who doesn't care if you hurt people. And I will say that most people don't get the opportunity to do a blanket apology, but since I have it, I'll take it. I apologize to anybody that I have unwillingly caused any level of discomfort. That's never my goal. Never my goal. And anyone who's taking that apology and knowing that it's not for you, because it wasn't for you.
It had to have hurt to have these black publications.
Well, there you go. Oh, shout out to Mimi. She's in the building. Mimi, she's in the building. And shout out to Miss Reed. She's in the building. Shout out to Miss Reed. But yeah. I also like to say, she also talked about, her situation with having an insecure of her and Issa Rae's publicist. Her publicist just didn't like, Amanda Seal, and there was one situation they went to like a party, and Amanda Seal wasn't invited, and some people was trying to get her in, and she got in, and Issa's publicist wanted her off with security, and kind of put her, ask her to leave and everything. And then after that, I think Issa publicist started to say some stories, that didn't happen, and kind of post everywhere online and kind of portray Amanda Seal into a bad person or what really happened to the party and everything. So yeah, she got, she really, talk about, why she's not liking everything and, tell about herself. But but yeah, man, Hakeem, man, what's your take on Amanda Seal after, I don't know if you saw the interview or anything. What's your take with Amanda Seal?
No, definitely. Shout outs to Maya Reed, shout outs to Mimi, shout outs to Ashton Williams. Yes, I got the fresh cut. Somebody personal was making jokes on me for the last month, so I had to go get good. They was clowning me. That's why you need black women in your life to clown you. So, Jordan, Amanda has always. We're not gonna get over the fact that she's intelligent, highly intelligent.
Highly educated too.
Highly educated, highly talented. I'm not going to go over that. Being too opinionated can come off arrogant. She doesn't come off as humble. She doesn't come off as meek. She doesn't come off as nice. She thinks that her particular way of acting is a set rule for her to say that. Not a lot of people are going to act that way. We all know from experience, the person who is least humble is least respected. Listening to her talk, I already got tired. I'm being real. I was ready to go to sleep. All she kept talking about is herself. How can you be? And let me tell you something. Here's another thing we know there. If one person say you a problem, then hey, let's not. But if 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people made a statement on how difficult you are, yes, you're difficult. Then you come off and you present a certain type of energy that assumes arrogance, that assumes self-centered, that assumes egotistical, that assumes self-absorbed. Then you probably is that. I love my sister. I think she's a beautiful person. It was a long video. I do think that we need to judge. We're judging her by her character, not her work. Nobody never said she was done, never said she was ugly, very beautiful and stuff like that. But I also think there's a disconnect too. Let's also forget she's not Black American. She's Caribbean. We got to put that out there.
She's half American, and because her dad is African American, and her mother is Guardian, I believe.
Or one of those things.
But her dad is half Black American, so she does have Black American.
She's her daddy have Black American, but you tend to be what the mom is. You identify as that. I've heard her identify as being Caribbean many of times. Yeah. So that also can play to a superiority complex about it. She has a superiority complex. Like you can hear her, and she wants people to worship her and dominate her by the way she talks. So I think she needs to understand that. Be careful on how vocal you are as a person.
Yeah, Kim, I agree with you, and then some. Just watching the video, I know so many people that's on the chat. It's like, yo, when's the video gonna get done? Because
Yeah,
she likes to talk. She likes to talk. And then with Shannon Sharp, sometimes you try to get a word in, she just keep on talking this and here and this and there. I was like, oh wow. You know what? When I was watching the interview and everything, I was like, oh wow. The first thing I saw was like, wow, very opinionated, likes to talk. Likes to stretch things out a little bit and everything anyway. And like I said, we get it. You're highly educated, highly educated, highly intelligent. You did your Black history. I think she has a master's degree in
yeah,
African American studies, I believe, something like that too. We get all that, but yeah, when word travels around ear by ear in the rest of the career, how you say you are, that's how people gonna kind of pursue you as, and that's how society is, and that's how it is, what it is, and everything, and how you talk and everything. It's just like, I don't know, like I said, she is talented, she got, she has a radio talk host show, I believe, she's been on shows, she's been on Disney when she was little and everything, so she's been in the game for quite a long time. But the thing is, man, so it's like, it's kind of like like I said, the stuff that you learn in your career, it's like you really didn't take in to really, have people see you as likable and everything. And the thing is, it's like, we went to a career, not in Hollywood, you went like in any career that you go into, you gotta find some way for people, to see you as a likable person. That's how, you can get along with people. That's how you can get your word in if you want to move somewhere and everything, especially in Hollywood and everything. And that's how it really works in Hollywood. But when in Hollywood, you got the black in Hollywood, and I'm talking highly about you and everything because of your character and everything, based not off your work. It's a problem. It's definitely a problem. And I remember, I think it was Gilbert Arenas said this on Nightcap, with Shannon Sharp and Chad Ochocinco. He said when it comes to like relationship and everything, he was saying like, how talented she is and everything. It's like he was saying like you really can't find somebody that's above or below, because if you find somebody below her, like we're talking about intelligence wise, educational wise, she's gonna feel like she's a masculine one. And then if you find somebody that's maybe higher than her, and they might be highly educated, have some money, and highly intelligent and everything, they say she wouldn't like that either, because she don't like to be told what to do and everything. And Gilbert Reason said that was one of the reasons she stays single. It's the one reason why she stays single. And but yeah, man, it's kind of it's just tough that we see somebody who has great credentials. Like I said, she has a fabulous career. She also is a comedian as well. She does a lot of things, but when it comes to Black Hollywood, people talk about your characterism and everything, and express and everything. See, I know she talked about her history about she gains her being like that. She just been so defensive and everything, being so defensive, and that's why sometimes you gotta go off like that. But the thing is, it's like you should she said she got therapy about it too. But the thing is, it's like sometimes it could just be a little too late, especially as a Black woman in Hollywood. If you're not workable, then nobody can't really work with you like that. You really cut off like that. I remember what's her name from the character, the Black Auntie Viv. I think it's Jeanette. I believe her name is. I remember she said, once when Will Smith says, she's not, she's hard to deal with, that it kind of cut her off, from her Hollywood career and everything after the Fresh Prince. That's why you see her after the Fresh Prince. She really, go into TV shows and movie career like that, because people say it's difficult to work with. And the thing is like, especially a Black woman in Hollywood, if you got that type of people saying like you're difficult to work with, that better ruin your career like that. And that's what kind of happened to Amanda Seale. But even though she said, she didn't want to be a superstar like that, she just feels like, the stuff that she does with black people, talking for black people in America and everything. She should feel like, Black Hollywood should, really, talk, really, talk about the great things she does. But the thing is, it's like, people don't look at you as you likable. I know she said, you're lovable, but when it comes to likable, likable spreads more than being lovable, which, in Hollywood, which is kind of messed up, but that's how it works. If you're not likable and you're difficult to work with, and talk to your character like that, especially, it spreads around Hollywood and you really gonna get nowhere.
No, definitely, man.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, for sure. And that's another clip she talked about, and I like this too. You played the next clip too, I can. She was talking about Candace Owens and how she lost her job from Daily Wire, and now she's trying to creep into the black space, and there's some black spaces kind of let her in, and because they felt some black people felt sorry for her and everything. And she was saying, like I said, out of all the races, we always nice ones always step somebody back if they talk their wrong to us and everything, to the core of what Candace always was saying about black people, she said in the past. So go ahead, can you play that clip? After that, we're gonna chop it up.
Or the second one?
Yeah, the second one. Yep.
And it's happened before. People in our community forget that they're black. And they try to appease a group of people that's probably never going to embrace them. And once they realize that, guess who's the first group to take them back?
I don't know her.
I ain't say nobody's name, Amanda. You don't even know who I'm talking about.
I don't know.
How you know who I'm talking about? But we've seen this happen before. Rest his soul, O.J. Simpson. He had the famous quote, "I'm O.J., I ain't black." Even Michael Jackson went through what he went through, rest his soul.
Right.
Even Kanye had to be reminded. And now Miss Owens, I don't want no black pilots, I don't want this, I don't want that. And now we can't keep off our black media stations. When before she gave us her butt to kiss. Now, if I'm lying, if I'm speaking out of turn, people, y'all correct me. But y'all know I'm telling the truth. Now, you're talking about somebody that's always uplifted this community. And I was one of the first guys that had a viral moment with Cat Williams. And they couldn't wait. They couldn't wait to attack me. But Candace has given y'all her butt to kiss for 2 decades. And the moment, what they doing? They can't fire me. They can't fire me. The hell you say? Now look at her.
It's not her fault.
Whose fault is it? No. Let's not take that blame.
Let her back in.
Huh?
The spaces that let her back in.
Oh, okay. But that's how we are. We're very forgiving people.
Who taught us to be that?
We do.
Who taught us that version of forgiveness? Do I need to do the lesson?
No, because I know.
Them slave owners taught us that version of forgiveness. They gave us a Bible called the Slave Bible. And this Bible had parts of it taken out. It had the parts of uprisings taken out. It taught about forgiveness because they needed to make it okay in their minds.
No matter how bad I treat you, at some point in time, I need you to forgive me for the wrongs I've done against you.
Because they had convinced themselves that it was still okay to keep people enslaved whose souls were saved.
Yeah.
Even though they knew that was counterproductive to the teachings that they had learned. So, we are oftentimes forgiving to our own detriment.
We are.
And listen, here's the thing. You know what the thing about forgiveness is that you should absolutely forgive people who ask for it.
Right.
Who ask for it.
And I'm okay with that. I'm okay to forgive.
Redemption.
I don't forget. I just move on.
But redemption requires action. Mm-hmm. There are restorative justice practices that have to be implemented in order for atonement to truly take place. And when that's not the course of action, it looks like something else, right?
Yeah.
It looks yucky.
But-
It looks like capitalism. It looks like clickbait. It looks like naivete. It looks dumb. And it looks insulting to anybody who has a mind. And ultimately, again, I will bring it back to what makes a black space at this point. Because when I create black spaces, Shannon Sharp, like Smart, Funny, and Black,
Right.
like my podcast, Small Doses, my radio show, The Amanda Seales Show, we literally do Black-curate news. When I create black spaces, the word black in that context is always about community. You said it earlier.
Right.
So my problem, like you've already pointed out, is that I'm thinking, well, when they make a black space, it's also the same thing. But baby, I got kicked out of a black space. You know what I'm saying? I literally got kicked out of a black space by a black woman who sicked black people on me, black men on me to remove me. So at this point, I understand that we can't just look at black people and say, is this skin folk or kinfolk? We got to look at black spaces. Is this skin folk or kinfolk? And all of these black media spaces that took her back in, all of these black media spaces that have just excoriated me for weeks, I look at them and say, you are simply black by name because you are white by commerce.
Sometimes, and it's happened before.
All right, I'm gonna start this off on Hakeem. What she was saying about that, I think she was 100% correct what she was saying, because, let's say for us, Chaos Culture Radio, we're trying to build, we're trying to be as best we can be, how we start off and everything, and how we build up and everything. And I know when it comes to us, up for me, Ronnie, and Hakeem, if when we get there, I know there's people that we probably do want to show. Or there might be some people that we don't want to show because maybe this the stuff they say or the stuff they say, but they really don't preach about it. What Amanda Seales said about Candace Owens and everything when she lost her job for the Daily Wire, because there's a certain agenda that the Daily Wire wants, wants to be pushed out and everything. So with Candace Owens, when she lost her job and everything, for her, what she would best would do, create her own platform and build herself up. But the thing is, it's like, you're going back to these black spaces like the Breakfast Club and everything, which, I was kind of like, okay, why is Candace Owens on there? Because, usually, the Breakfast Club, they want to bring anybody her like that and everything. So I was kind of like shocked, still amazed that she was on there and everything. And the thing is like, for some people it was weird because, why, they look at the Black Breakfast Club as, being, a liberal type of, show and everything, they're not really conservative and everything, which, Candace Owens is a conservative and everything. So when you put her on the show, it's like, okay, why is, Candace Owens on the Breakfast Club like that? Because, in the past, this was like, 2, 3, or 4 years ago, that's some hell no. But, now you see certain black spaces, are coming, are letting Candace Owens on the show. It's like, all the stuff that she's saying, all the stuff she said to black people, especially if you're liberal and everything, they gonna look at you crazy and everything. And the thing is, it's like, there's, I'm okay for, like I said, she said, it's okay for black people to forgive you, but the thing is, it's like, what Candace Owens was saying, about, black people for years and years and years, it's like, she's saying this stuff. She might say some facts, about what's going on in our black community. But the thing is, it's like, what are you doing in the background to, try to build this together and everything? What are you doing? You might be preaching stuff, but what are you doing in the background? Are you trying to build a black community back together and anything, because like I said, you're saying these things, but you're not really doing these things. You're just saying things and saying things and saying things and saying things about black people, what we need to do better. But there, like I said, you're not really doing a solution yourself, what you're doing and everything. So yeah, with that, I do agree with that. In our black community, it's like, we might forget like what Tiger Woods and everything. I remember he said he's not black and everything, but eventually black people forget Tiger Woods, Michael Jackson and everything. But I believe there's sometimes for me if you talk like a Candace Owens, with Candace Owens, it's like, the stuff that you did talk about black people, you might say some factual things, but the thing is, it's like, if you're down, you know, you gotta find a way to build your way back up because you have a built platform, because you went on the Daily Wire, which you know they talk about other things, and they, like I said, they have their own agenda. And for you to jump out of the, you know, I got fired from the Daily Wire, and you don't know where to turn, you don't know where to pivot, so you kind of pivot to black people to help you out. But the thing is, it's like, you know, as you know, for me, it's like I would not help you out because it's the stuff that you say, and you're not doing it, and it's the stuff that you say, and you're not really putting it into action to try to help the community anyway. So, you know, I kind of agree with man. It's like I said, certain people you gotta, you know, you can forgive, or you can't forgive, but you gotta work with it and everything. You know, they gotta pull themselves up and everything. So that's my little take on this one, on this take. Go ahead, Ken.
Thank you so much. So, you know, we can look at it from all different points and stuff like that. I do think that as people, we are going to be forgiving of our people who stray away from the beaten path. And sometimes we do need to know boundaries and learn how to set boundaries and learn that certain things are not cool. And if you betrayed the family, you have to stay out of that. That's why I say race is a kind of a difficult topic. Religion, slavery, oppression, neocolonialism, you name it. These are the type of conversation average black people are not having. So people like Candace Owen, Amanda Seal, one who leans leftist, one who leans right, one is conservative, one is liberal. You know what I mean? Views are cross-lining in path, and sometimes things get blurred. So to understand them generally, you have to take a step back and see what's benefiting you and what's benefiting your community. And if that person doesn't identify, we just don't care. But knowing us, we'll prop up anybody who's not good for us. And you know what I'm saying? And that's the main point about that. Like, I don't care about Candace Owen. I never cared about Amanda Seals. I never cared about anybody who didn't benefit me as a black man. Sometimes you also got to associate the messenger with you too as well. Okay, does she identify as my struggles and pain? Is her message going to be conducive? If not, then so be it.
True that, true that. I agree with that one. Shout out to SNA.
Shout out to SN.
Shiesty Bomb.
Shiesty Bomb.
She's looking.
Maya Reed. Hey,
Maya
shout outs to
Reed.
Keisha Nelson,
Yes.
Mama Nelson. Shout outs to, they watching all the way from Roxbury. Shout outs to them.
Shout out to Roxbury.
Roxbury.
Shout out to Twitch.
Glocksberry. Yeah.
Shout out to one of our Twitch, Mr. G63, man. Appreciate you, brother.
Oh, that's our South African brother.
Oh, yes. My brother, man. Salute to you, brother. Salute. He said South Africa, it's not even a race issue. Zulu, Hayes, what's the name? Exosa?
Yeah, that's tribal.
Oh, okay. It's a culture thing. We need to look at the long-term result of the cultural behavior. Facts. I agree with that. Definitely agree with that. All right, let's jump into the next topic. Let's jump on something juicy. Let's get it juicy up in here. Let's talk about Neo and his ex-wife. So Neo's ex-wife went viral, I think it was a couple of days ago, in Neo's house, and talk about, you with these other women and everything, but you can't take care of your kids. And the kids are sleeping in the bed while he's playing the video game and everything. And she talked about, man, we call you Mr. Clean. You don't do anything. All you do, you don't do nothing about your kids, but you much more of these 3 or 4s. That's all you do. Oh, shout out to Genesis.
Genesis After Dark.
Shout out to Detroit in the building. What up,
Simp
though?
Nation.
What up, though?
What up, though? Simp Nation.
She's in the building. But it went viral and everything. And Neo, he was calm, trying to play the game and everything. And you should see her, really try to blast Neo. And like I said, she was, very bitter about, by talking to Neo and thinks she was gonna gain something about it. It went viral and everything, but the thing is, it really ain't gained anything because we know your background, Missy. We know that, you had sex with Neo while he was married. And then, while he had kids, and then he switched on to you, got married. And the thing is, like, how Neo Pax is, but the thing is, it's like, you feel some type of way that Neo's messing with somebody else, but he ain't messing with you. But other than that, let's get to the clip, Hakeem, and we're going to chop it up.
Thank you so much, Genesis.
Thank you, yes.
We don't
Thanks,
look as good as you.
We appreciate it.
Freak off, Diddy Jr. Diddy Jr., tell him about the freak off. He calling the police, y'all. He calling, no, I don't give a, listen. No, you know what you did. Your body slammed me on the floor. Come on, police. Tell him the real you. 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 And why we're here today. Tell him why we're here today. Shut boy, refuse to remove me. Why? Because the commotion. How did the commotion start? What did we talk about? What did I ask of you?
All of that is irrelevant.
All of that is irrelevant.
Started throwing shit and getting loud and disturbing people.
Okay, so you calling the police like a y'all, guess what? Over what? Because he want hoes over the house while his kids is here. While you likes to have hoes, drugs, and weed, alcohol, mushrooms, and prostitutes in the house while his kids are here. Everyone has asked him to stop, but he will not listen to nobody. This is what's going on. This is the tea. While the is in the house, I asked him not to bring no in the house. I even came over here to help him with these kids because he won't watch these kids. Tell him about the freak off, Diddy Jr. Diddy Jr., tell him about the freak off.
So I'm going to read a couple of the comments that was said about the video. One comment says, having not one but two kids by a married man, then doing this is ass backwards. Girl, if you don't like the environment the kids are in, take the kids and go. And this is not to say Neo is innocent, but if he's so wrong, what's the purpose of staying there and keeping the kids there while you harass them about it? Just leave. Another comment says, film yourself being the aggressor is crazy. And one comment says, not her trying to act like she's so righteous. Man, you were worried about doing the right thing when you had two children with a married man. Go to sleep, scream. He said, scream ass face. But yeah, man, what's your take about, Neo's ex-wife? Looked like she was being bitter, Hakeem. But what's your take on it, man?
So I thought Neo sleep with a hat on. Yeah. So yo, here's my issue with this whole thing. Why do we keep running to the internet? You trying to expose, like women, you're going to learn about trying to expose people on the internet. I don't know why people won't keep this stuff private. That's my first thing. Secondly is some things were kind of off to me. She's saying all of this. She's at his house. He's not being aggressive. He's not saying nothing. He's asking her to leave. You could tell she felt comfortable there. You're clout chasing. Thirdly, I'm asking these women this. When you expose the guy you want to expose on the internet, 9 out of 10 times, you hurt the kids, you hurt his financials to help him out. And we already know the elephant in the room. When she got with him, Neo was already married. And she had 2 kids with him. So everything is voided. There's no need to even talk about this. I know that Genesis, he was not denying it, but why go to the internet to expose him?
All right.
What's the need for it? What vindication you going to get out of that?
All right.
You want him to lose all his money and still put him on child support and he can't afford take care of the kids? The fact that he had the kids at the house let me know that, okay, some dads don't even want their children there. Or I came over here to help him with the kids. Oh.
There we go.
Yeah. So look at it from that point. I don't want my business to be blasted on the internet. And the thing is, I think there's other ways we can handle this without everybody and their mama knowing we good. If you want to expose me, just be prepared for the ramifications.
Mm-hmm. That's true. And the thing is about I kind of blame Neo for him putting her. I kind of, I mean, I feel sorry for Neo, but I also blame Neo because now you see the situation, you put yourself in a situation of, had sex with her while you was married and everything, and then you want to left her. Did he get married like twice or something like that?
I think so.
Yeah, I believe he got married twice or think it was gonna work. And him trying to be a good man, but the thing is like he was masking himself because he was not that type of man that he is. That's not. And now we talk about it back on Monday. How the lifestyle he is, which is polygamy. It's him with two girls, and it's working out for him so far and everything. And the thing is, he's doing that, being there with his kids, your kids, and his other kids that he has with his other ex-wife as well. He's trying to make it work and everything. But the thing is, it's like we already know what Neil's doing and everything. And you try to keep exposing him and everything. It's like that's not gonna work because we know what type of man Neil is. He will. I mean, people in the public opinion already blessing Neil about the type of person he is. And the thing is, you're trying to keep repeating the stuff that you do and keep blessing him. It's not gonna go nowhere. I agree with you, Hakeem. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt the kids. It's gonna kind of hurt your pockets and everything because, like I said, Neil, he's still a good singer. He can still make an album. He can still act, and he can still go on tour and all these things. But what you trying to do? I'm getting clout from Neo, but the stuff that we already know that he's doing out of nowhere, it's just like, man, you're not going anywhere because you're only doing this. You won't see his girlfriends doing this. You won't see his exes doing this to him. Man, you're doing it for what reason? Just to get clout. And all the comments that were saying, it's like saying the exact same things. Like, man, we know what type of person Neo is. We don't like what Neo's doing, but this is what he is. This is what he does. We accept that. And man, you have to accept that too. And the thing is I stop worrying about what Neo's doing and worry about co-parenting with the kids. That's the most important thing you gotta worry about. Not worry about Neo's doing because he's the money maker and everything.
Genesis, I agree with you. I'm worried about the well-being of the kids. But here's the thing. We're in the internet age. You are so right. Show and tell. Kids can get on the internet. Your mom is exposing your dad for this and that. Why can't we get the police involved, DCF involved behind closed doors without making it public? I know you're frustrated. I know you got an issue with this man. I know you want to try to correct his behavior. You're not going to control men with kids.
And the thing is, Hakeem, if she takes it to court, it's going to look bad on her because she's the aggressor.
100%. So this is,
and it's making her look worse and worse.
So I'm worrying about the well-being of the kids because here's the thing: if it was the other way around the foot, a lot of people would say, "Why are you exposing a woman? Right. Why are you putting her business out there?" They would tell men that, "Oh, why are you videotaping her?" But at the tall end of this, you see a lot of women video camming situations with men in it, trying to expose them. And there's ramifications. And here's the funny thing is, a lot of women get back with these guys after they expose them. And the thing is, me personally, if somebody did something to you, I don't want you to deal with them at all. Look at the Ray Rice situation. He had beat that woman to a bloody pulp. She should have walked miles away. Like, she should have been thousands of miles away. She went back and married him.
And still married.
And they're still married. He's banned from the football league. He can never play football. I say put him in jail. Throw him under the key. He's already exposed, but you go back and marry him. He said, "Oh, fellas, are you old enough to remember when it was embarrassing to air personal business and dirty laundry out in the open?" Yes.
I'm still in that old school
area. Still in that old school area.
I'm still in it. I don't like that.
Genesis, we're not too far in age.
Not too far ahead.
We're not too far in age. We come from that era. Right. You know what I mean? Your mama and their daddy said, "Okay, we'll handle this in the house." Mm-hmm. The whole block ain't supposed to know.
Right.
You want the whole, and sometimes I think when we expose people, and she doing this, I know women do things based off emotion. If you want the whole world to hate him, go right ahead. But also remember, people also will have their opinion about you doing this. And a lot of people say, why she did that in public? Girl, you were sleeping with him and he was married. So what you're saying is voided.
And don't let the kids get into school. What's he gonna get? When the kids grow up and they see stuff and they see this stuff on the internet, and they gonna talk about the kids like that. It's gonna hurt their well-being.
Basically, you know what I'm saying? She said when women return to their abusers, it's called full-blown stalking. 100%. And listen, Genesis at the Dark, I do not support it. I say put him under the jail. Him losing his football contract, football was not enough. But when I seen the lady went back after we did a show on him, we dragged him under the mud. Dragged him. Say we need to be locked up. Tar paper, tethered. When you do that, then you says, okay, we were supporting you. All that work we did was for nothing. Don't do that. Don't expose people. Don't put it in camera. Get the police involved. Run away from these people. Get the kids taken away. Put them on child support. I hate that black people put their business out in public. That's my...
Yeah, I agree, Akeem, man. We do it a lot, especially on Instagram, Facebook, especially Facebook. We try to something's going wrong. We put it on the chat. We put it out. It'll be like we put it on the story. This happened. This happened there. It's like, yo, I really don't want to know this business. I see stuff like that. Okay, next. It's none of my business. I really don't care. You know, it should be handled personally, not over the internet, because I feel like people think about, you know, Facebook, Instagram, it's like their personal open type of diary to expose everybody. And the thing is, it's like some stuff, personal business, it needs to be out there, because it's like I said, if you put it out there, especially on the internet, because if you put it on the internet, it's never going away. It's there forever. You, like I said, you're hurting yourself, and you got kids, it's gonna hurt your kids. Simple as that. Simple as that. All right, y'all, we are going to the next topic. The next topic won't go home. Oh, let's talk about this. So last week we talked about Sukiyana. She got locked up for DUI. This week we're gonna talk about Sukiyana. She's got locked up too for arrested on felony drug charges, which is crazy. So go ahead, play the little clip, and we'll chop it up a little bit on this topic as well. He said, why do you men think that this public shame and this trial of the public opinion is a new norm of conflict resolution? I don't know. It's crazy.
That's a great question.
That's a great question. Yeah.
That's a real great question. I just think the shifting of the culture, and I guess a lot of people feel that their voices are not being heard, and they think that this will move the needle. All it does is move the goalposts.
Mm.
I think
or their voices can be heard, and that's why they put it on the internet, so people can kind of relate to what they feel, and there's a lot of people that see the comments, they come and say, "Oh, I have people that can relate to this," so it kind of makes me feel good.
But their main goal is to shame, blame, and make the person who they're having a problem with be hated by everybody. This is not warranted. Their anger and aggression is, if somebody beat on you, rob you, and cheat on you, that's not good. We don't support that. Just don't put it on the internet. Call the police, take them to court, get 50 feet away from them. Because 90% of people are going to say, why is it on the internet? All it does is to make content. And then you also got to understand, if you're trying to move away from something like this, your potential husband, who, even though he has no intention of doing anything negative to you, he sees that you put, and some people are very private, see that you put your business out online and say that I can't trust that.
Welcome back to the Red Carpet Re-Up, your go-to source for the latest in entertainment and celebrity news. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any of our exclusive updates. In today's big story, rapper Sukihana, real name Destiny Lynette Henderson, faces serious legal troubles following her recent arrest in North Lauderdale, Florida. Let's dive into what happened, the charges, and what this could mean for her. Stick around till the end for a comprehensive analysis. Sukihana was taken into custody late Thursday evening by local authorities and has been charged with 2 felonies under Florida Statute 893.13. which involves the manufacture, delivery, or possession with intent to distribute controlled substances. According to arrest records, Sukihana is specifically accused of possessing and intending to distribute MDMA, commonly known as ecstasy, and codeine. Both substances are controlled under the statute she is alleged to have violated. A violation of Florida Statute 893.13 is considered a felony in the first degree. This is a severe charge that could lead to significant prison time if she is convicted. These are serious charges. First-degree felonies in Florida can result in up to 30 years in prison per count, depending on past convictions and the specifics of the case. Currently, Sukihana is being held at the Paul Rain Detention Center in Pompano Beach, with her bond set at $7,500 across both charges. It remains unclear if she has secured legal representation. Sukihana has been no stranger to controversy, often mingling with figures who have their own legal battles. Just last month, she performed with O.J. DeJuiceman, who himself was recently arrested on drug trafficking and firearms charges. This arrest could have significant ramifications for Sukihana's career, from potential jail time affecting her touring and recording schedules to sponsors reconsidering their partnerships. As this story unfolds, we'll be right here to bring you the latest updates and expert insights. What do you think about Sukihana's arrest? Let us know your
Damn, Hakeem, a lot of these rappers, not just men, but female rappers, they like to sell drugs, we see, man. Crazy. But man, what's your take with Miss Sukihana? What's your take, brother? What's your take?
Personally, I'm gonna say this. Sukihana is my sister. But I don't, I'm of a different sector of the black community, so I've never accepted her, what she stands for, what she represents. I have nothing negative to say about her. I know she has kids. I would pray that she will want to present herself in more positive light. You know what I mean? That's all I can hope. These things are very serious, and these are the type of things you don't want to be displayed. Because let me tell you something. One thing she has to understand. Just like if a black man goes out and commit a crime, he makes all black men look bad. Regardless of how individual he is. His skin color blankets all of us. If a black woman goes off and do something negative, it adds the more negative stigmatism on black women that's already there, that women are trying to fight to get away from. You've already talked about being very promiscuous. You've already talked about dealing with gangsters. Now you go crack drug charges. She is a multi-millionaire. You know what I mean? She's a multi-millionaire. She said, good guys look great today. These colors complement your skin complexion. Good job. Thank you, Queen. Thank you, Queen. Thank you. Go ahead.
We appreciate it. We appreciate it.
it.
Let me see you show the hearts up here. I don't know if I can.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna have to stretch that bottom, that bottom to yeah.
Yeah.
Your heart's not doing it.
I don't know. No.
You gotta stretch it. Put your 2 thumbs down and go like that.
There we go.
Yeah.
Much love to Genesis, man. Much love. Yeah, Suki, I'm very surprised or shocked that she did something like this, because the thing is like, I think she signed with Ray J's production company, because Ray J's going to production, and he's trying to have his own his production company. He's trying to do his own TV show and everything. So I think she signed with like Ray J like a week or 2 ago and everything. But the thing is like, selling drugs, it's it just seems like, it's like you're going broke and everything, and just doing it out of the ordinary. It's just weird because we don't, like I said, I don't think she's on drugs and anything. We don't do that. And like I said, we didn't hear anything about her with anybody, her participated with drugs or anything. We didn't hear none of that. So to hear, Sugiyana is, arrested for attempted selling drugs, it's like, it's mind-boggling to me because, I didn't, it kind of caught me off guard for her, getting arrested for that and everything. It just feels, I just feel, bad, for her kids and everything because, I thought Sugiyana, she focused on her music, she does what she does and everything. So, it's not type of music that I like what she's doing, but the thing is like she was making money, to build, build for herself and build for her kids and everything. And see her in this situation about her selling drugs, it's really, and the time of her career is really not a good look. It's really, really not a good look. Because if you're trying to, get on to what Sexy Red is at right now, because Sexy Red, she's like at the top of the game. This stuff right here is definitely will put you on a halt and also put you backwards and also slow you down. And the thing is like, I just feel sorry for Sugiyana, and hopefully she'll come back and say what really, really happened. Because like this right here is kind of hurtful, and I don't see her career maybe being the same or getting back to that because you have hard charges like that. In Florida, they don't mess around with charges like this. They don't.
You said, shout out to D DeGenerate. Yes, she got caught with some drugs, but here's the funny thing: they upgraded the distribution, so you had to be caught with a large amount.
Right.
And I'm confused. She's a multimillionaire.
As she says, we don't know that. Because if you're selling, that just tells me it's like how your bank account is. Because why you selling drugs? If you got your music out, you work with Ray J, you come out with another what's it called? Another reality show with Ray J, and that so you have a bag that's waiting for you, but you're gonna do something like this. It just don't seem right. Because I never thought Sugiyana would do something like this, but it's just crazy, y'all. And she got to really fight it because, like I said, Florida don't play around when it comes to drug charges. Not at all. Yeah. Any final thoughts before we switch to the next topic? I can.
No.
Okay. All right. The next topic. Oh, we go all the way to New York City. So as you guys can see, this is coming up with the election and everything. It looks like the polls are high for Donald Trump, and the polls are continuing to go high because in the new talking to seeing a union leader saying that I'm sorry, a Democrat New York union leader is saying the party is trying to push everybody to move to the other side, Republican and everything, because they're seeing what the Democrat Party is doing, not just in the city or state, but how the Democratic Party is doing in general. And you got some Democrats that's in New York City are just trying to push people on the other side to really vote Republican because they seeing kind of like the dark side, what the Democrats say they were supposed to do, but they're not doing. So we do have two videos we're going to show to you guys. After that, we're going to chop it up. Go ahead, Hakeem.
In the past, we are basically Democrats, all of us. And after what's happened the last 4 years in this country, Democrats are basically pushing everybody to the other side. We're a very patriotic group, and we love our country, and we want the best for America. We are tired of immigration. We're tired of our tax dollars going to immigration. We're tired of the crime. We need to put a handle on things in this country and bring it back to how it should be. In the past, we are basically Democrats, all of us, and
what's it like seeing so many Republicans in Manhattan, so many Trump supporters in Manhattan? Does that surprise you?
No, not at all. It's turning now. Trump's turn again.
What's your message to Joe Biden?
Fuck you.
What's it like seeing so many?
He plainly say it. He said, he was heated. I know you're a Democrat too. You guys don't know that he sent more relief aid to Israel, to Ukraine again. He must have sent almost $1 trillion to Ukraine. He had to be sent almost $1 trillion, and he also sent aid to I think it was Taiwan. So he Even though he's supposed to fix stuff for us, that man's still sending money to these other countries that they say they need, but we need help over here. And you see a lot of Democrats, they are turning. They're not playing around. They are turning. Black people that voted for Joe Biden, they're turning to vote for Trump. When the election comes, you're gonna see a lot of states that voted for Trump: Michigan, Wisconsin, Nevada, Georgia. You're gonna see these states that were blue, they're gonna obviously turn red again, because a lot of people that voted for Joe Biden, they're not happy what the Democrat Party is doing the last 4 years. They are tired, and they're like, I'm tired of this. And a lot of people feel better that when Trump was in office, it wasn't so bad. But Joe Biden promises a lot of things that he's going to do in an office. It's just like he's not doing it. He's constantly doing other things. He's trying to raise the tax bracket to. Also, he's trying to raise tax bracket to the middle class too, which we're in, that's kind of crazy and everything. But go ahead, Hakeem, man. What's your take, man? What's your take?
You know my stance. You know I'm a Republican. Y'all thought this was coming? Y'all didn't know this was coming? When an average working American feels like his voice not being heard, this is what you tend to have to happen. Donald Trump is nothing new. He is the voice of the voice of the people who haven't been able to speak. You can call it ignorance, you can call it racism, you can call it as a bunch of people pandering. How are you going to tell people when the country is affecting him? That guy you heard said that, he's a New Yorker. Probably first generation New Yorker or second generation New Yorker. Union worker. Probably been in a union all his life. And he see the crime, the immigration in New York, and things going out of hand, and he noticing the pay cuts. What are you going to tell him, who has been historically Democrat to now he's a Republican now? There's nothing you can say. People are going to vote based on policies and not emotions. And people's pockets are being suffocated. And you better understand that.
That's true. I agree. It's like, you see, when Trump was in office and everything, you just see like, even though people don't like what he says and everything, he doesn't sound like a president and everything. When it comes to the economy and everything, and really protecting this country, I thought when Trump was in, I thought it was going to be the worst of the worst. And then while he was done, it wasn't so bad, even though I kind of laughed at certain things that he did and everything. I found, Trump as a comedian in a way and everything, because he made me laugh. And and the thing is, with Joe Biden, he was supposed to come in there and really take action and, say what you're going to say. And the thing is, it's like he's definitely not doing what he said when it comes to, student loans,
Nope.
Still giving aid to Ukraine and Israel and Taiwan. And like I said, he must have sent at least $1 trillion to Ukraine. I don't know what type of deal that Ukraine and America has and everything to order you could keep sending no aid or anything like that. But it's really not looking good for Joe. It's just keeping worse and worse and worse. And also you see him be patiently, not trying to ban the TikTok, because that's what he being patient for. Because he's trying to find another suitor. So anybody who lives in America, maybe Elon Musk or somebody who's a billionaire, try to sell TikTok so it won't get banned. And that's why he's kind of being patient with it. And if he's like, and the thing is, if Joe Biden signs off on banning TikTok, he's gonna lose a lot more supporters, influencers that had Joe Biden's back, because it's just a lot of influence. They really count on TikTok to get their money, to get their bread and everything, because they're big content creators. They work for months and years to build off that platform to get money, to be influencers and everything. But if Joe Biden, I don't know if it'll be today, I don't know if it'll be next week, but he's really being patient, not trying to write it off, because if he writes off TikTok to be banned, when it comes to the election, you might see a big majority of people. It might be you might see a landslide. It might be probably the most uneven election in history because it's a sad that. And the thing is, it's like Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, they just don't believe that they're losing, the polls are dropping. It's like they see it, but they don't see it. It's like they're blind to it and everything. And they really feel like they're gonna win this election. But the thing is like Joe is not working, yo. And it's like it's going bad, man. This is like out of as a me being alive, this is the worst presidency of Democrats I've seen in my life. I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen this bad. Ever seen this bad. And the thing is, it's getting a little bit worse and getting worse. It's not gonna get better. And that's why you see a lot of people switching Republican or being an independent. Either they choose Democrat, independents, or Democrat. You see a lot of people really jumping off the Democrats and be either independent or jump to Republican. And that's it's sad to see for some people, or it's good for your Republican. This is good news because it's more likely you might see Trump back in office again. Period. Point blank. Period. All right, let's talk about the topic of today, as we see on our headlines from YouTube, on our YouTube pages and other pages and everything. We're gonna talk about. There's a TikTok that wants to know why Black women appear to be undesirable as wives and everything. Because as you see in certain spaces, we all talk about Black men this, Black women this, and you see a lot of big contributors say there might be Black women are most undesirable and everything. I remember watching Kendra G show, and I seen that Austin Holloman. We might, if we have time, we might do that topic at the end. But Austin Holloman was on the Kendra G show, and he's a passport bro. He traveled South America, Africa, and Asia, and and he came on Kendra G show. And he was saying like how African women and Afro-Latino women got Black American women beat because they're fit and friendly, and they still carry some type of traditional values of being traditional wives. So go ahead, we're gonna play the clip of the TikToker, and after that we're gonna chop it up.
This message is for Black women and Black women only. Answer this question. So statistics show that only 26% of Black women will marry in their lifetime from any race. 26% of Black women will marry in their lifetime. My question is, why do you guys think that is? Why do we have such low marital rates? And I'm not talking about Black women marrying Black men. I'm talking about men of all race wanting or desiring to marry a Black woman. Why are we so undesired when it comes to marriage? Now, I know there's percentage who don't want to be married, right? But there's a large percent of women, Black women, who want to be married. But again, why is that the case? Why is that? I think if we start to really sit down and think about why statistics are what they are not there for just for just any reason, right? There's reasons behind it, and I think that there's a plethora of reasons, and from my opinion, of why I believe that those statistics are what they are and why we are the lowest. This message is for Black women and Black women only. Answer this question. So statistics show.
So yeah, I remember we do have conversations more about the Black women in the United States. They're the least to get married, or least to get married, and divorce section and everything. And like here we're gonna kind of discuss it again because we hear, like I said, I talked about earlier how also while he traveled to other countries and everything, and you see there's a difference between Black women and how Africans, Asians, Latinas, Afro-Latinos, how they born and raised into how they treat their men, how they fit friendly, and here in America it's just like it's the complete opposite and everything. And look at the statistic, it looks like it's getting worse and worse. So Hakeem, man, what's your take about the main topic we're talking about?
So I want a lot of us to be careful. First off, when people come on the internet and say certain things, because we need to fact check what she's saying. And I could say my opinion, and I wanted, if it's going to be warranted, to say this. I think that there's nuances in every race where people get married, people don't get married. There's some type of stuff. We just have a situation just like everybody else. Depending on our traumatic background, that could play a part. But as I get older and I start to date and see things from my opinion, my anecdotal experience, I see that it's all about choices. There's a large number of black men who are not married. There's a large number of black men who don't have kids, who want to get married. Even though the population of black women is higher than us, and we're specifically talking about black Americans, that's who they specific. They're not talking about black Caribbeans who are in the States, black Africans who are in the States. You know what I mean? Because there's a bunch of different sector of people here who still get married within their own cultural groups. She was referring black Americans. 85% of black men still marry black women. Now, if she say 26%, I wonder, the women who are not getting married, is it poor choices? Is it the lack of opportunity to meet a good man? Or is it it could be a number of things, you know what I'm saying? So that's my opinion on it.
Yeah, I agree. I can, being married for going on almost 40 years, being in a relationship for 13 years, and also being in a family that, I'll say majority of my people in my family are married and everything. There are always a set of people who are married or, who don't, or who are not married, who don't want to get married. It could take time. People get married in their 20s and 30s and 40s and 50s, 60s, whatever, and so on, general one thing. But with our black women, there's some, might not be raised to be marriage minded and maybe they wait until their 20s and 30s and say, hey, or in their 40s, okay, I'm ready to get married and everything. Because if you go to, you said it before I came, and I see this too, and you see this constantly. You see other races who go to college, and the first thing after they get graduated, white, Asians. There's some black people, some black men and women. If they go to like HBCUs, after they go to college, they get married quickly. Or if you're in the army, there's benefits of getting married while you're in the army as well too. So if you go to the Army, Navy, Air Force, and everything, you see a lot of young people that get married because they're beneficial and everything. But I feel like maybe we're not, black women or some men too, we're not educated enough on how beneficial marriage is when it comes to, finances, building a family and passing on to the different generation and everything. I don't think we really have the info of, it's like, how beneficial it is, for our community to have a stable marriages and everything, because you go back 40, 50, 60, 70 years, black, the black family, we was the highest grade of people to get married, that was back, in the Jim Crow era and everything. But I was sort of that we had to, sit together. And I feel like after, the Jim Crow ended, as of today and everything, I feel like in our generation, we have more options to think about our ideal partner, who we want to marry to and everything, I could say maybe 10, 20, 30 years ago, we didn't think about, he needs to be this, he needs to be that, or she needs to be this, she needs to be that. As long as you look good, you brush your teeth, you smell good, that was okay. You know what I'm saying? Now, here in 2024, we have the internet. It's like we have so many options of what we want in a type of person, and the person don't have this type of trait, we say, oh no, I don't hate it. And I feel like what really hurts the most, I might be wrong, is when we use your signs and everything. I feel like in our generation, we use a lot of signs. It's like, oh, you're a Leo, I can't mess with Leos, or you're a Scorpio or Aries, or I don't mess with people like that. But I think it's like, that person know what type of sign he is. But the thing is, it's like, if you mess with a type of sign, there might be some good traits or bad traits, and you might see the bad traits. You kind of know what's kind of going to happen in a way. But some people can manage that as well. But the thing is like if they date somebody and they date this type of sign and they didn't like that sign, they think, if they ever meet somebody that type of sign or Leo again, it's like, oh, no. All Leos are the same, or all Aries are the same, or all Capricorns are the same and everything. And I feel like something like that, it kind of hurts your choices to find the right mate and everything. Because, like I said, when I was with my wife, I wasn't thinking about what her sign was. That was the last thing I'm thinking about. I don't know how you all can. When you date somebody, do you ever think about what sign she is?
Nope. That's the least of my worries.
You hear me again?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Am I out?
You,
Oh, shoot.
can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
I think
you.
you there?
Whoa.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
We have some technical difficulties. He'll be right back.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry. I think I was spacing out, but go ahead. I didn't hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, I never worried about a zodiac signs. I think those things are nonsense. I think it's based on character. But you just hit it on the head. Black people are so fixated on nuances instead of actual things that are important in a relationship. Are you family oriented? Can you cook? Are you this? Are you that? You know what I mean? We don't talk about these things. Most of the time, things that we like about people are superficial. Very superficial. When we get older, that's when it's right. And that's why I say we got to understand what we want. And if you don't have marriage, you can't build a community. You could pretend that you could be a single person and you could be this and that. You could do all that. All that is hogwash.
And the thing that's true, and then when we be in these spaces and we talk about the solution that happens, like we try to find a solution. The thing is, it's like we disagree to make sure that we're right in a way.
Yo, I'm in the building.
What's
I'm in the
good,
building.
Ronnie?
I'm in the
Ronnie,
building.
what's good?
9 months, man. My bad, man. I had a lot of delay in the flight. I'm sorry, guys, for being late.
Now
For
you
being
It's all
late.
good?
good.
Yeah, I'm
It's all
good.
good. It's
You know,
all
I had
good.
to. You know, I can't miss a good show. You know, I never miss a good show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you. Hey, Ronnie. I don't know if you saw the clip we played about the topic. We talk about the main topic, but if you don't, how can you play the clip about the black women are undesirable as wives, and we'll get Ronnie's take on it.
Will marry in their lifetime. My question is, why do you guys think that is? Why do we have such low marital rates? And I'm not talking about black women marrying black men. I'm talking about men of all race wanting or desiring to marry a black woman. Why are we so undesired when it comes to marriage? Now, I know there's percentage who don't want to be married, right? But there's a large percent of women, black women, who want to be married. But again, why is that the case? Why is that? I think if we start to really sit down and think about why statistics are what they are, they're not there for just for just any reason, right? There's reasons behind it, and I think that there's a plethora of reasons, and from my opinion, of why I believe that those statistics are what they are and why we are the lowest. This message is for black.
We didn't answer that question.
Yeah. No, but pretty much why it's so low marriage rate is pretty much simple because remember we live in a generation where marriage is not highly promoted. That's for one. Two, they say remember when it comes to the aspect of the black woman, they always talk about her attitude. That she, pretty much if you marry her, you're not gonna really benefit from the marriage. Not only that, but also you have other content creators. Other content creators. We know who they are when they go around saying that black man ain't this, black man ain't that. Remember that feed into a woman's mind, and she be like, you know what, I'm not gonna take an opportunity with this man or take a chance with him. So that but it's a sad thing we live in. Obviously today's society, I talk about this a lot on the show, and I always talk about like women don't really want marriages like that. I think it's mostly men do. Men is mostly pushing for it. The women's don't really not. No, not this generation. Go ahead, Akeem.
I wanted to ask this. This is the biggest point of this whole thing, she said. She wondered why all races are not running after black women. That's a point we didn't cover. Women, we need to understand something. Culture is a very big thing. That also falls into white people. Arabs, Hispanic, Asians. It's going to, if a person's raised in a particular culture, it's hard for them to get a woman who's not of that culture to assimilate. And I don't think that men are men. They're going to be attracted to black women regardless, but they're not going to be attracted to a woman who is not cultured like them. If you was a black woman who was raised in China, more than likely you'll probably date a Chinese because you're raised culturally with them. If you grew up Muslim and you was African American, you do. There's tons of women in Philadelphia who are Sunni Muslims who are married to Arab men and men who are Muslims. They understand the culture. Just like you have a lot of women in California who are Mexicans who marry black men who are from California. Black men from California understand Mexicans better than black men from New York City, from Philadelphia, from Memphis, Tennessee. It's all culture. So, plus people date within proximity. Go ahead.
And I want to say this too, Akeem, like I said, especially out here in American society, or in other countries as well. When you go outside, you go to, see these billboards outside with models and everything. As you can see, they push, really the white women as the most beautiful women in the world. If you go to Middle Eastern, you see they push some type of women of color to be this type of beautiful woman in the world. Or if you go to China or something like that, you see, look at the billboard, the model, you see, that's the type of, the lightest light skin, the lightest or whitest Chinese woman is the most beautiful woman in the world. And then I heard her say, if you got a little dark in you as a Chinese, as a Chinese woman in China, they look down on you like that and everything. So if you go not just America or in the world, you see how they push, as a society, what's the most beautiful look in the world of the race and everything. And you really see is more, white women or light skinned women are the most beautiful women in the world. And that's how society is. That's how society programs majority of average people. You see other races pushing to other whites, Asians, stuff like that, and you see, black women are the last one to be picked.
Hold on. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, but you got to keep in mind too. Akeem made a good point. Like everything is like cultural. So when it comes to our community, remember culturally, it's not promoted for us to get married. That's what I'm saying. It's pretty much in our culture to get baby mamas, and that's a bad culture to have.
I'm not disagreeing. I
Sadly to
can't
say.
disagree.
Yeah, I'm saying sadly to say, because when you talk about the Arabs, even when when you look around, you see how in their culture they always talk about before you lay with a woman, you got to make sure you marry her.
Yes.
In our culture,
yes,
if we don't lay with a woman, we certify as gay. You see what I'm saying?
Sex is on my mind.
And the thing is, we got women that go on bar and say, black women that go on bar and say, if you don't have kids by the age of 30, you're gay.
Or you're barren.
I saw that now. You see what I'm saying? That something's wrong with you. Your seed is not working. What's going on? Genesis After Dark is in the building. Ashton's in the building.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, we know Genesis like dreadheads better than anything.
Uh-oh.
Nah, I can't wear dread hair when I'm in the car. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you see, I'm in the car. I don't have my costume on, so I'm like, I don't have my gear on.
She left.
Ronnie's in New York. Y'all don't know that. Ronnie, he in New York right now.
I'm in New York.
I'm in New York. Hey, shout out to Jabari. Tell Jabari I say what's good.
What's happening, baby?
What's good, baby?
What's good?
What's happening,
baby? Hey, whipping. There we go.
He said, what happened?
You already know.
I
You
gotta keep my
already
eyes on the
know.
road. I can't look at y'all. You know what I'm
Okay.
Hey, Jabari, what's your thoughts on the topic, man? Like,
I wasn't even paying attention, to be honest with you. I'm trying to survive in these streets, man.
Yeah.
All right, let me survive, but I hear y'all boys, but
Jabari,
hey, I'm gonna keep it PG, man. You know what I'm saying? Cause my boy in town.
Look, Jabari.
Ooh, hey, listen. Jabari, Genesis says that she a sucker for a smooth fade.
Oh,
Jabari, she
I ain't
said
got
you
a
looking
haircut yet,
clean.
boy. She gonna have to wait for a few more episodes. I ain't got a haircut just yet, but I'm gonna get the fade on, and
No,
I
you look clean.
He look clean.
Nah, I ain't clean. Chill. I take this hat off. Yeah, it's gonna be a different story. You know what I'm saying?
That's how we get down when we're in New York. KI Culture Radio is everywhere. You
Yes,
get what I'm
sir.
saying? Fresh Sounds say what's going on, Jabari.
Fresh style, urban. What's happening to y'all boys, man?
Let Jabari 15 minutes of fame. There you go, Jabari.
There it is. I appreciate y'all, man.
Hey.
So, ladies, the guy in the chat, that's him right there, Jabbar.
Yeah,
Jabbar. But go ahead, Jordan. Go on to the next topic.
All right, we're gonna go on to the next topic. We're gonna go all the way to Las Vegas. So this went viral. So there was a fight between a high school student and a substitute teacher. So it was a video of a fight between a student and a substitute teacher at Las Vegas Valley High School was shared on social media Thursday. A substitute teacher and a student engaged in a fight, which was caught on a camera at the Valley High School in East Las Vegas. Sources indicated that the fight began after a student uses a racial slur and that the video is being used as evidence by the Clark County School District Police. He was a substitute assigned at the school and has been employed by the district. He will be removed from the substitute pool and is no longer eligible to serve as a substitute in the district, according to police. The court records shows Smith faced several charges, including battery resulting in serious bodily harm, assaulting school pupil on school, property vehicle activities threatening to do bodily harm to public school student, and interfering with a student from attending school. He is now being held in Clark County Detention Center for a $9,000 bail, and he's scheduled to be in court next week. So go ahead. How can you play the clip? After that, we're going to chop it up.
I felt scared, like I didn't know what to do.
A fight captured on video by multiple students Thursday morning. It shows substitute teacher Raquan Smith and a student throwing swings and punches at one another, the student ultimately being knocked down by Smith. Andrew Sevis, a junior at Valley High School, says he watched the fight happen.
I see a teacher fighting a student. I'm like, wow. And then the teacher's like just standing over him, like slapping him and saying stuff to him. And I'm just like, wow, that's crazy.
Students and parents that spoke to Channel 13 were shocked when they saw what happened.
I was nervous and scared because my daughter.
Cynthia Rodriguez Allen's daughter, who's a student at Valley High School, has a hearing impairment. She says with an incident like this, she worries for her safety.
She can't hear out of her left ear. So it makes me nervous because she don't really like if something was to happen to her.
Cynthia says she, as well as other parents, received this email from the school principal a couple hours after the fight happened. It says in part, quote, "As always, we want to keep you informed of important issues happening within our school community. We are aware of an altercation involving a staff member and a student." Fernando Osorio tells Channel 13 he has a close relationship to the student in the video.
He's in the hospital right now, but he said he doesn't remember that good what happened. He has a concussion. He has scratches all over his face.
We reached out to the district for comment on this incident, and they wrote back, quote, "CCSD does not tolerate violence of any kind." They went on to say any altercation between a teacher and a student is thoroughly investigated and appropriate disciplinary action is taken.
We will be continuing to follow this incident and bring you updates as we get them. In Las Vegas, I'm Isabella Martin reporting.
So it's likely, I believe that Genesis, I believe you're right, that the student was white and he called the man the N-word. I do want to read a couple comments that was on comments on this was on social media. One comment says, "Free the teachers because these kids are getting out of hand." As you can see, we seeing the rise of students are really, fighting teachers and telling racial slurs to teachers and they speak any type of thing they want to teachers. Another comment says, "Ain't nobody playing with y'all kids but you. Teach them at home so they can live long." And one comment says, "I would never want to be a teacher in this generation, let alone high school. These are the most misguided, disrespectful kids I've ever seen. I beg my son daily to never follow behind his peers and never be the one on them." So yeah, man, like I was saying, there's a rise of students attacking teachers and saying anything they want to these teachers, and it's getting really bad in this generation. So go ahead, Hakeem. What's your take with the situation?
Now, I'm personally biased because I did have a family member who did 5 years in jail behind a student trying them. It's sad that the system will automatically judge the situation without the facts going on. So, because regardless of whatever you do in the school system, regardless if you're wrong or not wrong, you're going to get fired regardless. There's no vindication after that. I do think that we need to train these kids better and teach them about interaction with people from other cultures, or we'll just do it how rich people do it. Just only hire Hispanic teachers at the school. If diversity is an issue, segregate it. You're gonna lose out, but that's on you. That's not on us, because you're gonna get whooped if you use the N-word. That's guaranteed. There's no way getting about that. You're gonna get slammed, punched, or beat down, probably unalived. If the kid did that, he got him a good old-fashioned butt whooping in Las Vegas. That's it.
No, but you make a good point, Hakeem. I totally agree with you 110%. And I'm gonna be honest, man. Sometimes these students are way out of line. We keep seeing countless video of students attacking teachers over and over and over again. That's why I understand why some of these students need to get their A beat, if you catch my drift, because they're very disrespectful. I would say we live in a generation where there is no form of discipline at all. I remember back in the days, you wasn't allowed to touch your teachers, period.
No.
Growing up. Now, all the students seem like all the students touching the teachers. But people might say, "Oh no, you're just trying to paint a narrative." It's not me painting a narrative. You can clearly see it. What more cases do you need? What more cases do you need? Fact, urban noise, you do. They used to expel them. It's crazy. Go ahead, Jordan.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I remember back in the day, it's like if you hit a teacher, if you try to hit your teacher or do something, there was a fear of your teacher gonna call your parents. And your parents gonna whoop your ass easy. And the thing is, I don't know in this generation, I don't know if the children has the fear of when the kids are fighting teachers, they might not have the fear of going to jail or having the police find out. I don't know if some of these kids that they need to be, taking into therapy, things like that, because we need to know, because there's a lot of teachers, women teachers who are getting bruised up, having broken legs, broken arms. Teachers are in their 40s and 50s, and the thing is, it's going around in America. It's not happening in Las Vegas. It's happening here in Los Angeles, Miami, New York, DC. It's happening all around. There is a rise of kids wanting to harm teachers, and it should not be like this. It's like a wave of children versus teachers and everything. And you're gonna see, I don't know if it's gonna happen anytime soon, that you're gonna see a lot of teachers not gonna be wanting to teach these kids no more. You're gonna see a lot of teachers, it's like, hey, I signed up for this, I ain't went to school for this. Next long, I'm not getting paid enough for this just to get my ass whooped by a student. So we need to, like I say, I don't know, as a parents, you need to address this, because if you just don't get addressed, it's gonna get so bad that, we might not have, it's gonna turn to kids are not gonna be in the class anymore. They might do back to the what happened in the pandemic of doing online classes of kids got you gonna have kids gonna be at home on their laptop or on their iPad or Android and just doing class from there because a lot of teachers are sick and tired of these situations happening in America that students are attacking teachers, substitute teachers, principals, and it's getting out of hand. It's definitely getting out of hand. So parents, you need to, I don't know if you need to do this or put that fear back to the kids. If they hit a teacher, they'll come see you. I know me when I was little, if I got in trouble, I did not want to go home. I'd rather go to jail to go back home and let my mama know. Because it's to me, it's just very embarrassing and disappointing to my parents to feel that type of way. That's just me.
You ain't see me on. Look at Miss Reed. She said these kids would delete you for touching their phone. That's how serious it is. Just by touching their phone, they'll take you down. We have to change. We have to change.
I think in Tennessee, I heard Tennessee a couple days ago that now that they're if you start bringing you concealed weapon classes now. I'm hearing that.
Good, as they should. And then the parents go in there acting crazy to the flow. You get what I'm saying? Because somewhere down the line, things gotta stop. Things gotta get better. Cause remember, some teachers with your kids 8 hours of the day, 8 hours of the day, while you at work trying to be productive in society, and they taking the responsibility and watching your kids, and now the kids disrespecting them. That's not right, bro. It's just not. Go ahead. That's my thought on.
That's true. All right, on to the next topic. We're gonna talk about Mr. Harvey Weinstein. So, as you know, Harvey Weinstein, he got a lot of cases on and everything. But according to the New York State Court Appeals, one of his counts. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me go to the article real quick. So one of his cases is getting overturned by state of New York because they feel like I believe that the case it has on it is technically unfair. So let's see, Harvey Weinstein. But go ahead, I can play the video, then I'll explain more to it. Go ahead, play the video.
Case that sparked the Me Too movement. Disgraced movie mogul Harvey Weinstein had his felony sex crime convictions overturned today by New York's highest court. CBS's Jerika Duncan has been covering the story since the scandal broke in 2017, and a warning: some of the details are disturbing.
Tonight, disgraced former Hollywood producer Harvey Weinstein remains behind bars after a New York appeals court ruled he did not receive a fair trial. Weinstein's attorney, Arthur Aidala.
This was a case about perversion. Well, in that courthouse at trial, the laws were perverted because there was so much pressure, because Harvey was the face of this movement, that he had to be convicted.
The court found that in 2020, the judge, quote, erroneously admitted testimony by allowing women who were not part of the case to testify that Weinstein had assaulted them. CBS News legal analyst Ricky Kleeman. He
would get a more fair trial, according to the Court of Appeals, because these other prior bad act witnesses will be excluded.
The decision comes more than 4 years after the 72-year-old was found guilty and sentenced to 23 years in prison for sexually assaulting 2 women. Lauren Savan, who never testified in court, says in 2007, Weinstein masturbated in front of her at a dinner party.
Do you think overturning Harvey Weinstein's conviction has an impact on whether or not people who say they've been sexually assaulted decide to speak out?
It will 100% have a chilling effect on victims coming forward. I mean, think about it. Think about how hard it is to come forward in the first place. You know, whether or not you're even believed.
The New York District Attorney plans to retry the case, but keep in mind Harvey Weinstein faces a 16-year sentence in California for sexual assault. His attorneys say they want to look at that case too.
Yeah, so it looks like Harvey Weinstein, he's kind of off the books in New York, And yeah, just to read a little bit more to it. So they found found a trial judge in the case using improper rulings, including a decision to let women testify about allegations that Weinstein wasn't charged with. And in its 4-3 decision, the court majority said it was an abuse of judicial discreet for Judge James Burke to allow testimony from these other women about loathsome alleged bad acts and despicable behavior. Without question, this is appalling, shameful, repulsive conduct that could be only diminished. Defaming character before the judge, they said. YC attorney had argued that Burke also swayed the trial by giving prosecutors permission to confront Weinstein if he chose to testify about his past history. He said Weinstein wanted to take the stand, but opted not to because he would have had to answer questions about more than 24 alleged acts of misbehavior dating back 4 decades, 40 years, including fighting with his new movie producer brother, flipping over a table in anger, snapping at a waitress, and yelling at assistants. So yeah, he is done in California, but now he's not released, so he still got comes to California, which is he could be sentenced up to 16 years if he's convicted in state of California. So go ahead, Ronnie, what's your take on this?
See, Harvey Weinstein. Remember on Batman they call him Harvey Dent. Harvey Dent, I think they call him. Two-Face. That's pretty much what he is. He's Two-Face. But the problem is, this is why you got to be careful with the media. The media was focusing so much on Drake and J. Cole and Kendrick. Nobody knew this was going on behind the scenes because everybody was focused on them two of the hip-hop beat. So this was going on the whole time, and look what happened with Harvey Weinstein. His conviction got overturned, which means that the one in California is going to get overturned too. I'm just keeping it 100. That man's a billionaire. He has a great attorney, and I'm not gonna lie, Hakeem, it might be hope for R. Kelly then. Okay, if his was overturned, R. Kelly might get his overturned as well. But this is the problem when you don't stand on anything, especially that lady. That lady, I don't know why she did not testify. She was supposed to go over there and testify. Now you got a man that's out. Forget it. Go ahead, Hakeem.
So I want to be very clear because I know women are watching. We do not support this 100%. But the facts are the facts, and the court system. If we believe in the court system, when we put people away, we got to believe in the court system when they exonerate people. If they found some inconsistency by them convicting him, and other women didn't testify, Harvey Weinstein has been exonerated. Ain't nothing we can say. Most people are judged by public opinion. Most people are judged by jail. R. Kelly's in jail. Hey, he's been convicted. We're not questioning that. He's supposed to be there. If his stuff gets overturned, we need to start pointing fingers at ourselves now. We need to be careful. Ain't no he still did it. He did this. Harvey Weinstein X case has been overturned. I want that to sink in your mind. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's true. Even though we heard stories about how disgusting he is in the past 4 decades and everything, he like I said, when you have money, when you have powerful lawyers, as Harvey Weinstein does, and his lawyer got him, got his case, dismissed. It like I say, it looks like it's like okay, it looks really good for Harvey Weinstein to get that off his back. Now New York is done. Now he has to go to California and address that and everything. But the thing is, it's like, I don't know, the women that want to step up, if you want to put this man in jail, you got to step up and be a witness and say what he did and everything. If you don't want this to happen with Harvey Weinstein. But like I said, it was a win for Harvey Weinstein and his lawyers and everything. Now they got to, go to California and tackle and address his counts back in California and everything. But for the women, it's very, very important to step up. And if he did these things in California, it's to really, make sure you have the right story. Make sure you be truthful and make sure you're truthful so you can take this man down and everything. Because as you can see, if you don't step together, which is the Me Too movement that's supposed to be doing, if you don't, he can escape. He can go out and escape the one in California. But like I said, I think he has a lot more charges in California did from New York and everything. I believe so. But at the end of the day, it's a win for Harvey Weinstein. And now he has to go to California and address that situation. And if you don't follow the proper steps, have the right prosecutors to get at Harvey Weinstein and really have a full team to address the situation, so he might squeak out clean in California as well. That's how it's looking like.
That's what it's called, power of attorney. Power of attorney, you can overturn anything. You got the money, you got the resources, you could be any jail time, pretty much. You're pretty much untouchable. And that's what Harvey Weinstein's trying to prove right now. He's untouchable. He's going to go to California. I guarantee you he's going to beat that case. He's going to beat it. It's going to get overturned. It's coming. That's my final thoughts on it.
All right. Cool. Okay, let's see. Let's head to this might be our last couple of today. We'll see. So we're gonna talk about Young Jeezy and Jeannie Mai. So Jeannie Mai accuses Jeezy of domestic violence and child neglect on ongoing divorce case. So Jeannie Mai court filing comes after Jeezy requests joint physical and legal custody on the couple's daughter Monica earlier this month. Jeannie Mai is accusing Jeezy of domestic abuse and child neglect, on an upcoming divorce when they, start their court hearing. In a new court filing obtained by People magazine, Jeannie Mai alleged several instances of domestic abuse and child neglect during her relationship with the rapper Jeezy. She claims Jeezy has explosive outbursts, excessive drinking, and domestic violence. In a response to of the allegations, Jeezy shared a statement on Instagram denying the allegation. The allegations are not only false but also deeply disturbing, especially coming from someone I love. This attempt to tarnish my character and disrupt my family is ridiculous, he shared. It's disheartening to witness the manipulation and discreet at play, and at this time, my main concern is being an active father to our daughter as I could continue to fight for court mandates, joint custody. Rest assured, the truth will prevail throughout the proper legal channels. According to the complaints, Jeannie Mai alleged that back in January 18th, 2022 in Miami, her then husband began to berate in the car after he asked the driver to step out of the vehicle. He hurled insults at her, as the court documents state. Jeannie Mai also claims she was held against her will. Jeezy struck her a close fist across her cheekbones, eyes, and causing a hemorrhage on her cheekbone. 3 months later, Jeannie Mai alleged in the court filing that another incident occurred in Ritz-Carlton in San Francisco, during which the television personality claims she was choked from behind as she was ascending the stairs and pushed down by stairs by Jeezy. And there was another case where Jeezy said he abused Jeannie Mai, I guess by her leg, and like kind of post a picture and everything. And Jeezy was like, he was trying to post a proof. It's like they having a golf cart incident of the bruise that she's showing her leg and everything. So what Jeannie Mai is trying to do is especially for a black man, it's like a lot of people should say like she's trying to play Karen, bringing all these if I could put a domestic violence into the case, if he was being abused, he was being emotional abusive and physical abusive. you know, it could give her a chance to win and beat the case, so she could have the child full custody, and then make him Gigi have his name turns it up, him look like an abusive type of person. So we do have a clip for you guys. I'll give a little bit more detail. After that, we're gonna chop it up.
Is speaking out against allegations made by his estranged wife, Jeannie Mai. After the Real alum filed court documents in their divorce case accusing the rapper of abusing her during their relationship, he has issued a swift response. Jeezy, who shares 2-year-old daughter Monaco with Jeannie, says in a statement to E! News April 25th, "The allegations are not only false but also deeply disturbing, especially coming from someone I loved. This malicious attempt to tarnish my character and disrupt my family is ridiculous. It's disheartening to witness the manipulation and deceit at play, and at this time, my main concern is being an active father to our daughter as I continue to fight for court-mandated joint custody. Rest assured the truth will prevail through the proper legal channels." E! News has reached out to Jeannie's rep for a response to Jeezy's comments and has not yet heard back. Jeannie's April 25th paperwork, filed in Georgia's Fulton County Superior Court and obtained by E! News, states, quote, "The safety and well-being of the minor child while in the care and custody of her father has been of utmost concern to mother since she first learned that father was seeking a divorce." The docs also list when the alleged abuse occurred, including an incident in Miami in January 2022, the same month Monaco was born, when Jeezy, quote, "hurled insults at Jeannie and struck her with a closed fist across her cheekbone and eye, causing a subconjunctival hemorrhage when she tried to leave a car they were in at the time." Per the filing 3 months later in April 2022, Jeezy allegedly choked Jeannie from behind as she was going up the stairs at the San Francisco Ritz-Carlton. Jeezy, whose real name is J. Wayne Jenkins, submitted documents to end their 2-year marriage in September 2023. In court docs obtained by NBC News at the time, the 46-year-old noted that he and Jeannie, 45, were, quote, "living in a bona fide state of separation," calling their marriage irretrievably broken with no hope for reconciliation. 3 months later, Jeannie addressed their breakup in an interview with Jennifer Hudson.
"I think I'm doing better now. You know, I think at the time when I found out, you know, at the same time as the rest of the world, that my marriage was ending in divorce, I was gutted. So, yeah, today it's about picking up the pieces. It's about discovering me and being a mom to the best blessing in my life, my little girl.
Accentuating the positive
Absolutely.
and the beauty in
I
life.
think even though this year I met the most broken version of me, I also met the strongest version of me.
I love how
today.
you said that. That's going to empower so many to hear you say it like that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so like you see, you know, Jeannie Mai is trying to build a case of saying verbally and physically abusing that Jeezy has done to her and everything, and she's trying to really build that case off of that so she can win custody and win, you know, try to get some maybe some alimony and also child support from Jeezy and everything. So go ahead, Hakeem, you know, what's your take, brother?
This is where shout outs to Josh W. Ladies. It's kind of hard to believe. I would have wanted you to do this when the incident happened. Now it just looked like it's a money grab. He's not like why you ain't called the police on him, get him arrested. Now we can't believe it. It's a money grab. And then when he filed for divorce, you fought for the marriage. You fought for the marriage. Now he's divorcing. You know, if you get full custody, the child support payment is bigger, and you can have supervised visits.
So what? So how can you saying she's doing this just to hurt him? So you agree with him there?
100%. Why would a man like that, whose whole career has been nothing but trouble, will try to jeopardize everything he got going on as an older man? He's 46. He's been through so much. He's had kids and all of this and that. I need to see reports if he beat women before.
No, there's no report because you know I'm a heavy Jeezy fan. No, there's no report.
Okay, so what are we doing now? It's a money grab.
Or the woman was afraid to report it because you know especially when it comes to black women, they don't really report cases of domestic violence. Well,
they don't.
So, but yeah, but I kind of agree with him. I kind of agree with him. I and with your sentiment too. I think it was a money grab. I don't think he was literally he literally did it. It's hard for me to believe. Not Jeezy. Nah, he got too much to lose to do that. Nah, I don't think. Nah. But if he did do it, I don't know what to tell you, because at the same time, like I would say, when it comes to our community, black women don't report. So if they don't report, and you kind of see like how other cultures they do report. But she did wait a long time though, Hakeem. You do made a good point on that aspect.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jordan.
And the thing is about it's like, if they happen your marriage, why you didn't divorce him then? It was the problem why you didn't divorcing him, because he's the one filed for divorce, not her.
Basically.
And the thing is, when it came to divorce, he wasn't saying these things until, it was looking like Jesus was kind of winning, kind of settling and everything. And then once, it looks like on the side that Jesus was going to win, now you want to pull this out and everything. A lot of people say this is a Karen pull. It's like, now I want to see, since we're not married and everything, since he's a black man, okay, now I'm gonna pull, he was abusive to me, he was verbal abusive to me, and he was verbal physical abusive to me and everything. And I'm gonna see, I get my lawyers to build a case of him being abusive, so I can win a divorce case and I can keep my child. And I also think, I feel like Jeannie Mai is trying to keep the child away from young Jeezy, because there's been, news, I don't know if it's alleged or not, that since Jeannie Mai has her daughter, she only spends, little time with her daughter because she's been, busy, with her work and everything. And most of the time she spends time with her family other than her and everything. And Gigi's trying to prove that, say, hey, she might, have custody of our child. But the thing is, it's like, she's not being in there like she's supposed to, because it seems like she's spending more time with her family than young Jeezy and everything. And Jeezy's like, hey, he's trying to build cases like, yo, how my lifestyle is right now, I can be there for my child. I had the time I can spend with my child and everything. That's what you're trying to prove. And the thing is like, I just hope Jeezy, he has really good lawyers so they can debunk that ain't never happened, because, I just feel like, stuff like this, they could, especially from, an Asian or white, they could throw this to a black man, and you could build that case, even though, you might try to have the proof, sometimes it might be it might be not enough evidence. But the thing is, it's like, if you can build a strong case and put that in Jeezy, especially him as a black man, sometimes it always work. So I just hope Jeezy can really, because I know Jeezy at this time right now, he's not about that. He's 49, he's 46, as you say, and he's trying to continue to build his empire and everything. And firstly, the marriage didn't work, because he filed a divorce. There was some stuff that he didn't like. He had a divorce and everything. He wasn't playing like that. So hopefully, Jeezy, his lawyers will get on it. And when the case comes out, I don't know if it's happening this year or next year, he can have his case, solid. So, if he can have, full custody or 50-50 custody, with the child, it works best for Jeezy.
And I would say, it's sad to say that, like, a lot of men go through that. You have everything, and now they're trying to make you lose everything. And I remember Jeezy remember he used to have a lyric. He said, I used to have nothing, but now I have a whole lot of everything. Now seems like you're about to lose that everything. Something to think about.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying, it's like I said, when it comes to, find a mate, find a wife, that's probably one of the most important thing you'll ever do in your life, is make sure you find the right person to marry, because you don't find the right person married, situations can happen like what Jeezy's happening and everything. So it's really important when you find a mate to marry, make sure you pick the right choice. If you pick the wrong choice, it's gonna hurt you. Money, financial wise, and also stress wise, is gonna hurt you.
And that being said, we gotta make sure on your way out, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember, we do go live each and every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 o'clock Eastern time. Like always. Shout out to Hakeem. Hakeem, your haircut is fresh to death, but dude.
Thank you, man.
Damn.
Thank you.
Look at that thing is fresh. I was telling that to Jabbar. I'm like, that boy looking clean. You got a hot day tonight, huh? You got a hot
Nah,
day.
nah. I was getting picked on so much, so.
Oh, the women?
Yeah, the women was making jokes and stuff like that.
I'm glad they did that because you're looking fresh. I'm glad. Keep it. Good job, women. Keep it up. Because we got to look clean out here. We represent KI Culture Radio. You feel me? And now, shout out to Josh W. Shout out to, look, shout out to Fresh Shine. Fresh Shine started laughing. Shout out to Josh W. Shout out to Ashton Wynn, the co-host. Not the co-host, the creator of the Sightseer Avengers with his co-host Mimi on the side with him. Shout out to Ashton Williams. What happened?
Black men don't realize they're being eradicated economically and you're still enslaved.
Hakeem, no pushback. Shout out to Ashley A. That was also in the building. Shout out to the lovely Miss Reed in the building. Jennifer out the dark is in the building. Shout out to Jabbar, who was in the building.
Hey, what's happening, baby? You turn the light on. What's happening, everybody? Jordan, Hakeem, Ken Dog, is Sugar Bum in there?
No, she's not in there. She was.
She was.
Oh, yeah. Everybody.
D was in the building. Shout out. I'm trying to find out. Hakeem,
Hey,
y'all gotta help me out here.
I got baby duties right now, but if I got time, I'll try to come in tonight.
Go ahead. You say Mimi was in the building. Shout out to you guys, and also shout out to you guys I watch on Facebook, Instagram, and also Kick, and also Twitch. Remember, keeping in mind, TikTok is not coming down, so we're working our way to TikTok before they get turned down. And the guy say he's not gonna sell TikTok, so Hakeem, like I say, TikTok ain't going anywhere.
Yep.
And Ashton's about to get ready to go live. Y'all guys go over there, support the brother.
I fuck with Ashton, man.
See, Ashton, everybody, even the New Yorkers is fucking with Ashton. So Ashton, look, we supporting you, man. Y'all go over there. Ashton have a great live, great topic in the last couple of days. It was really heated. Really heated. Love it.
Definitely.
Doing a good job, my brother. Keep it up. And like always, guys, make sure y'all go to KI Culture Radio Community tab. In the Community tab, there's the KI Culture Radio t-shirt. What Jordan got on, I don't have mine on. The KI Culture Radio hat, the KI Culture Radio coffee mug, and also, let's say that you guys on the coffee mug. There you go, boom. And also, Prince Hakeem book, Black Love. The other book is recently just temporarily out, but it will be right back restored. So guys, come over here, support the platform. We really do greatly appreciate it. Like always, thank you for tuning in to KI Culture Radio. We over and out from New York.